Hey guys, and welcome to Rex Games. Approximately 1 week ago, I received a comment from a viewer by the name of PhantomDG1, and he asked, any chance of a tutorial covering intro screens? Maybe something on how to fade into, out of a screen and into the next. Possibly something on how to make our intro screens a little more professional looking. So I thought, hey, this is a pretty good chance to run over intro screens. It's pretty basic actually. So for this tutorial, I've got two buttons. One that says forward dude and the other one that says back bro. Those are two buttons. We're going to center those, make sure, yes, it's all good. I got two rooms right here. Okay, first one, if I click the forward button, it's going to go to the next room, and the back one is pretty much the opposite. So I've got the two objects here, forward and back, and room transitions can be done in two ways. Either you can do it with drag drop, or you can use code. So with the forward button, I'm going to use drag and drop, and with the back button, I'm going to use code to show you how to do the exact same thing. Okay, so let's start with the forward button. So we say add event, mouse left pressed, control. What are we going to do? Not control, main one. So you can either say, here we got our room events, here we got previous, next, restart. This is different. This one's check and check next. Okay, so you can either say next room, but remember it goes down next, so it'll go to room 2. So if I didn't want to go to room 2, we're not going to want to use room next. So I prefer different room. And in here you can actually specify which room you want to go to. So room 2. So here, transition. Here's the effect. There's about 21 of them, including no effect. And I think there's create from left, shift, interlace, push, rotate, fade out and in. This is probably my favorite one. As you see, most games look, it like fades out with the black and fades in back to the black. It's really, really cool. So we're going to use fade out and in, and we're going to click OK. Now when we push object forward, it's going to invoke the left pressed, and then it's going to go to room 2 with the transition. Any transition we put in here. Okay, that's pretty simple. Now, to do the same with code, let's test it out on the object button. We're going to go here, and I'm going to say left pressed again. We're going to add some code. In here, if we push F1, we're going to open up the GameMaker manual. Very good. And we're going to go search and we're going to say transition. We're going to go to rooms. Alright, let's make this a bit bigger. Let's read what it says. Okay, so there's a whole lot of things you can do with rooms. Go to previous. That's all pretty much all those things in the drag drop that we saw there. That checks for rooms, goes to different rooms, all that stuff. And yeah, so we're going to transitions. Here are the transitions from 0 to 21. So each of those effects are given a number. So when we want to change the kind of transition, we just say transition kind equals and the number. See, very simple. Now down here we've got a few other things. Transition steps. Now, making a transition via code is a lot more customizable, as we can actually set how long it takes to change screens. It also states here that you can actually create your own transitions. It also says something about super advanced. What? Yes, so I suggest fiddle around with that if you want. It actually tells you everything you need to know about how many arguments, 5 arguments, surface image, blah, 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 blah. Or you can just Google some transitions, maybe find some scripts some people have written. That's always another good idea. So you'd have the kind, which I think is the name, and the name is the name of the script. Yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, then here you can also check if the transition exists, and then you just put in the name right over there. That's pretty simple stuff. So we got 0 to 21, the different kinds of transitions. So, I mean, we can test them all out with something random. So if we say here, transition kind, alright, transition kind, and here we'd say anything from 0 to 21, right? Anything between 0 and 21 is a transition. So for this, I'm just going to say I random and 21. So that'll give me a random number between 0 and 21. And here we're going to say transition steps, right? So, whoops, equals. So now you got to choose a value. Now 80 is the default value. So when you do it via drag and drop, it always sets transition steps to 80. If you make it greater than 80, it's going to be it's going to be slower, alright? And if you make it less than 80, it's going to be faster. So if we say like 300, it's going to go really, really, really slow. And then here we just say room, go to, and then the room name. Room, what's it? Room 1, right? Because it's the opposite. This is the back button. Yes, room 1. Okay, so let's test this out. Let's save. Make sure we've got them in both rooms. Yes. And yes. Let's run this. Okay. So, we've got the button that says forward. We click it, it should do the fade. Fade out, fade in, see that? Now with this one, I've given it a random number generator. Just going to generate a number between 0 and 21 and then do that effect super, super slowly. Check that in. And then we're going to go this one again, and it's going to be a different effect. See, check that out. See, backwards, forwards. Forwards one is always a fade in, fade out. The back one is just random. So, what you need to do is play around with the different transitions. I suggest doing it with code if you're using the pro version. It's just, I don't know, like, it's much more customizable. You can set the steps. You can set exactly which one you want. So if this one I put on, what was this? Fade out and in. Okay, it's right at the bottom, so that's number 21. So I just say, take our random out there, because we don't want it random, we want it to be 21. 300, we're going to make this very fast. Let's make it 40. So it'll be twice as fast as the default. So we go OK. So now they'll both do fades. I think this one, yeah, they'll both do fades, but you'll notice that the fade to go back to the first screen will be a lot faster. So let's try this out. Okay, so click forward, dude. Here we go, back. Check how fast that is. See, different speed. Looking at the different speeds there. Forward, dude. Back, bro. So this is 80. Transition steps of clicking forward is 80. Back is 40. See, it's much faster. So I suggest, trying out those transitions. Just makes it look a bit more professional looking, just like Phantom DG1 said. Right, so that's pretty much it for transitions. If you want to know more, I guess you could do further research on those customizable transitions using scripts. I think that's the next step that you'd have to take if you want to go even better than the default transitions. Well, thanks for watching. If you like this video, comment, rate, and subscribe. Tell your friends, and I'll see you guys next time.